What's going on, Georgia Bass-TEC fans? Here we are starting up our interview with Aaron and Jason. We thank y'all all for tuning in tonight. So we'll take and go through. First off, give recognition to our sponsors that we are so glad to have on board with us. I'd like to first thank Line Taming Serum. All you have to do, folks, during this Hooked Up Live interview is leave us a comment, like the video. That's your way that you get entered in for a random drawing that we'll be doing Friday night. We'll be going live, letting everybody know who the winner is. So the way you do it, like I said, all you have to do is like it, leave us a comment. Lion Taming Serum, we are so thankful that they are partnered with us for our Hooked Up Lives. We'll be giving away one of their bottles. Sorry, I was trying to get everything set up. We'll be giving away one of their bottles for Lion Taming Serum. It's a great product that's got additives that go in to your fishing line that helps it to where it doesn't get that memory to it, to where we've all experienced it when you're making casts and it catches up and knots up and everything. And this time of year, past couple of days here in the South, it's been quite cold. So Lion Taming Serum, we thank them. We also have Rejuvenade. We'll be giving away one bottle to one of our Hooked Up Lives commentees. So we thank Rejuvenade for committing again for our sponsorship. Lion Taming, G2 Gemini jerseys. So for all those that have jerseys or thinking about getting jerseys, they are definitely somebody you need to take and check out, look at. They have a promotional code that they're giving directly to all of our viewers. Doesn't necessarily have to be a member of a club or anything like that. So you watch this video, you can use their code. It is G2 Georgia spelled out 20. So that's G2 Georgia spelled out 20. And you'll receive 25% off of all apparel orders. Our final sponsor is the Dugout Bait and Tackle. So these really nice hats that I'm wearing right now, we'll be giving away one of these hats from the Dugout Bait and Tackle. If you haven't been down there and took a look at all of their products that they offer, their fishing gear, it is just line wall to wall. If you're interested, also, I've noticed this as well. If you're interested in possibly getting into kayaking, they got some great selections from what I've seen. Get down there and take a look, check them out. They have live bait as well. So we appreciate the Dugout Bait and Tackle sponsoring our Hooked Up Lives. So no further ado, I'd like to welcome our anglers, qualified points champions for Dahlonega John Boat Anglers. We have Aaron and Jason live with us. Welcome, man.
How's it going?
So I didn't tell the viewers yet this, but I kind of want to mention something right off the bat, not to take spotlight away from y'all in any way. I'd like everybody to keep this family in your thoughts and prayers. Today, my fishing partner, JV, his family had to lay to rest their daughter, Chloe. She was 13 years old. Forgive me, I don't remember exactly what she had growing up. But I'm so thankful that she ain't gonna have to suffer no more. So if y'all could just bear with me if I seem kind of distant tonight. I already told Jason and Aaron earlier, if I seem distant on any part of that, that's exactly what it is. So my heart goes out to that family tonight and the days ahead. So if y'all could just remember them in your thoughts and prayers. Jason and Aaron, let's hear. Y'all went fishing last Saturday. Y'all's grand opening into the season for Dahlonega John. Let's hear about it.
Well, we caught a lot of fish, just a lot of small fish. The weather was nasty, cold, rainy, windy, crowded.
So I'm sure a lot of guys have already seen it. Probably a lot of the viewers that's already on here is watching it and already know about it. It was a big one. It was that was caught during that tournament.
Yeah, there was a big one. I think 966.
966.
Yeah, he was a monster.
Wow.
So it's hard to do anything with that.
So what did y'all weigh in?
6 pounds and something. I don't know. 640, 646.
646
maybe.
And that got y'all, what place was it again?
Second place.
Second place. Well, congrats. Coming right out of the gate, swinging hard.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
So I want to go through here also. Wes Wilson, what's going on, fella? Thanks for tuning in. Brittany Jared, thank you for the sincere thoughts and prayers for that family. Watching from Gillsville, Lewis Whitlock. I assume y'all probably might know one or the other.
Yeah, we know him.
We know him. All righty. So Wes Wilson said it was a 6 pound, 40 ounce. Oh, that's what y'all had, 6 pound, 40. I got you. Oh, no, I have no idea what just happened, but it just booted Aaron and Jason right off of the live feed. So y'all just bear with them just a minute. They'll get back on here hopefully sooner than later. So guys, gals, I need to mention that because I see Brittany's on here as well. If you have questions that you would like for me to ask through to Aaron and Jason, make sure to get on here and leave us a comment. Let us know maybe if we can to get these folks squirming a little bit. If you got some, doesn't even necessarily have to be fishing related questions. So if you have things that you would like for us to ask. Jason broke the camera. Oh man. I hope not. I hope he didn't break the camera. I hope he's got it plugged up. I hope the battery didn't die on him. I hope so. It never fails that whenever we get on here doing live feeds, that something always tends to go hiccup every single time. So I apologize, folks, that it's happening like this tonight. I really do. So, hey, Wes, I know you was there. Just kind of interact a little bit. Let us know. Leave us a comment. How did you do in the tournament Saturday? And was it good fishing? Was it bad fishing? Y'all bear with me. They have not come back in the room, so they must be really having problems. So I'm going to message them and see what's going on. Heard it ding like they come back in, and then they just all of a sudden, I never saw their video. And I promised to y'all, we stayed on here for he just said he don't know what happened, so they're going to try to figure it out. We stayed on here we got on here at 7:30, so everything was rolling smoothly. Had no hiccups, no problems. The second we clicked that live feed, it just magically disappeared. So I'm just letting them know if I can help them in any way. I hate to do this to him. I think he's got his better half helping him work on it and saying something just popped up and said something went wrong. That's usually what happens. We tried using their phones when we pre-tested the show, and had a little bit of hiccups along the way. So maybe they can get that laptop back up and fixed and rolling, so that way they don't have no problems with it. So I apologize to all our viewers. Just hang tight with us for a little bit, and we'll see if they can get back on. And if not, we may have to see if we can reschedule with them, so that way it doesn't have all y'all sitting here waiting. So just bear with him. He's letting me know they're having to reboot the computer. So once they reboot it, maybe it'll able to get it where everything will work out. Dusty Diamond, yes, sir. It is always something that goes hiccup. So let's hear about it. Wes Wilson, very poor. Had some issues going on, but it happens. On to Lanier next. Yep. Lanier ought to be a pretty fun little tournament for y'all this time of year, especially. I mean, there ought to be some good fish come into the scales. So let's look here. Jason, why you always thinking I'm sick? Love you, dudes. Y'all some of the most respectful anglers on the water. Yes, sir. Bryson, I hope you're doing good. Hadn't talked to you in a while, bud. Uh-oh. Wes Wilson just laid out some truth, it sounds like. Always waiting on these two. So my question is it always waiting at the boat ramp to blast off, or is it, I hadn't not put names out there to anybody, but, there's always those few that, just they say, go on. I'm here. You've already checked me, got my money. I'll get in the water and you just go on. Oh, man. So, folks, don't forget, leave us some questions, some things you want me to bring up and ask them, and I'll make sure to get them squirming a little bit. So, Wes, you love Lanier, man. I'm right there with you. I have not fished Lanier it's been, I think the last time I got out on Lake Lanier was probably with my brother-in-law. We decided just last minute to go out in his little boat with a little 9.9 motor, and we had fun. Until next time, man, I'm going to tell you what, we need to, with your avatar picture you got right there, I think if I remember right, that was up there at Lake Seed. I'm going to tell you something. That lake up there, if that's the picture I'm thinking it is, I know you had some good days up there at Lake Seed. I am wanting really, really badly to get up there and fish that lake this year. Something about that lake just seems very intriguing to me. And everybody's told me, too, that it's one of the best walleye lakes in the state. And, man, I'm going to tell you, I would love – I've never tried walleye, never ate any, but I would love to get my hands on eating some walleye. So here's the dirt. Always waiting for them to take my money on Cedar Creek. Oh, man. Oh, Lord, that's funny. I'm already reading Bryson's questions that he's got for the guys, so I'm going to have to – I wish there's a way I could I wish I could just pin this for a later reminder, so that way I could definitely ask them this question. So, you know what? They're not here. Maybe they're not watching the live feed. So I'll just go ahead and give you a little preview of it. Why do you guys just throw fairy wands? Do bait casters not catch the right ones anymore? So that's a good point to bring up. I mean, some people – I used to be the same way. I used to throw nothing but spin cast. I mean, that was what I done. And my fishing partner kind of got me away from that. I mean, he was the one always sitting there saying, man, throw a shaky head on a bait caster. It's much better. And when I started doing it, man, I really loved it. So Wes, that picture's from the same lake as mine. Laugh out loud. It's not seed. Ah, I got you. Okay, so I don't know if y'all be able to see this. He's typing right now. Oh, wish it would focus. So here, Jason said we really, and this is Aaron saying it, we really didn't want to tell any of our secrets. Laugh out loud. That's funny. Oh, guys. They're watching the live feed, so they just seen the question that was asked about the fairy wand. Oh, thank y'all all for jumping on here. Just bear with us a few more minutes. They're having a little bit of technical difficulties for those that's just signing on. Just be patient with us, please. Should have them back up and going here momentarily. They're just having a reboot. So Wes is saying it's an all-electric lake in Habersham. So I mean, if you don't want to tell us, that's totally fine. What lake it is in Habersham, but if I remember right, I don't remember if it was you, Wes, but I know Bryson. I think y'all both went up there. Y'all had a really good tournament one time on Lake Seed, wasn't it? There was bed fishing going on and stuff, if I remember correctly. Maybe I am getting older each and every day and forgetting. Oh, Lord. I'm going to tell you, Wes and Bryson, if y'all make it into the 2021 Georgia Bass-TEC, all I got to tell you is if y'all are the points champions, I believe just from the comments, and I don't even know if I want to show you or not, but I believe that Aaron and Wes is probably going to take and really get back at y'all for any questions that may get a little crazy. Also, Little Russell. That's what Wes Wilson's saying is Little Russell. You know, I've heard a lot of I think it was High Voltage that used to fish Little Russell back in the day. And I'd heard there was some good fish in there. Yeah, so Wes is talking about having a big day, bed fishing up there. That's what I thought. Man, I don't know about y'all, but bed fishing, that is my favorite time of year. It really is. And I'm going to tell you, it is going to be here before we know it. Hey, if y'all even want to, just throw it out there. I'll go ahead and throw mine out there and let you know. Leave us a comment. Let us know what your favorite bed fishing bait is. Mine is the big bite bait. And my partner is probably going to watch this at some point in time and say, man, why'd you tell him that? But I like to throw a big bite baits, Warmouth. It's one of them little brims I don't remember the name of the color. It's like chartreuse something. It's a white, pearlish, silvery flake with chartreuse to it. I fish at Texas Rig, peg the weight, and I don't throw it with a heavy weight. I just put a small weight. So that way, if you put a heavy weight on it and you go to setting the hook on it, pegging it, it'll take and mess up. So their computer is done with. So they may have to improvise. So sorry if the audio, that was one of the things that we had challenges with on their phone was the audio feed. So once we get them back on here, we'll just have to take and play around with their audio feeds. That way it ain't having any echoes or anything like that. So just a few more minutes, folks, and we will have this thing back on the show again. So sorry. All right, let's look at some of the comments that's coming in. So, Jason, Aaron, love y'all a lot. Look up to you. Yes, Seed is a phenomenal bedfish lake. It's probably one of the most difficult bed fisheries. Super clear water and fish bed in 15 to 20 foot of water. Man, I love it when fish bed that deep. Shoo. I absolutely love it. Here we go. Aaron and Jason's back on. All right.
For a minute.
For a minute.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I hear y'all fine.
Okay, good. This is off my cell phone, so I don't know how good it's.
It's actually sounding pretty good. Just make sure, guys, gals that's on here watching this live, if you wind up having any like feedback coming back echoing or anything like that, just let us know. I know it from what I'm hearing through right now on my headset, everything's sounding great. So I'll give you a few more minutes here. So y'all was watching the live feed while some of the comments was coming in.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Would you like to go ahead and address the fairy wand?
Yeah, that's I don't know what's wrong with Bryson. That's just kind of a lie, I think.
Yeah, it is. Ask him what place he.
Ask him what?
Ask him what place he got.
Oh, man. Again, it couldn't have been no worse than what me and JV got Saturday.
It's about the same.
Hey, it's better to show up than not show up.
Hey, if you have to use a fairy wand, that's what you have to do.
Hey,
Right?
do you loan that out?
What?
Do you loan that out sometimes, Jason? The fairy wand?
If I have to, whatever it takes.
Okay, so let's get back to what we was talking about. Y'all's event Saturday. Y'all's place finish. We've had a comment that's come through from Matt Davis. Matt wants to know about the monster catfish that was on Saturday. Let's hear about that.
Well, yeah, I think we had about 20 minutes left of the tournament. Jason said, let's try this spot over here that we like to fish. I said, all right, we'll have about 10 minutes to fish by the time we get there and get back. So we pulled up, and there was a boat just pulling off that spot. And I threw out there the first cast, and I hooked a big one. This is a big one. And I fought it and fought it and fought it. And finally got it in. It was probably about a 15-pound catfish.
It was a big one.
I'm going to tell you,
Excited.
it must have been something going in the air or something because we fished our tournament Saturday too. My partner caught about a 5-pound catfish as well. So, man, that is awesome. So, not to steal the spotlight away, Dusty Diamond was asking, is there any plans moving? And I'm answering this because I don't want it to go through the news feed and forgetting about it. Any plans to move the TEC to another lake in the future? We would have to all the club presidents make the decision for where the lake's location will be. So after the event in May, we'll have a follow-up conference call between all of the club presidents. We're always open to discussion. We just decided to go back to hard labor just because of how well it has been fishing. So at some point we know it's going to wind up dwindling off. So, all right, back to Aaron and Jason before your phone winds up shutting down on you. Tell us, how did y'all, and for all these questions, just that way y'all know these are both of y'all's questions. So how did y'all first get into John boat fishing and why? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I guess Aaron and I, we worked together for a long time, and then as we worked together, we became good friends. We started fishing together, and we just talked about. I think Aaron saw it on Facebook that Dahlonega had Dixie John Boat Anglers was having a tournament toward the end of their season, and it was you didn't have to be a member to fish it. So we talked about it, and we decided, yeah, let's go do it, man. Let's try it out. So we went. I think it was at Bear Creek, right? Yeah. We went to Bear Creek and fished that tournament with Dixie John Boat, and we liked it. It was a blast. We had a good time, and that's kind of how we got started in the John Boat tournaments.
And I'm sure y'all agree with this. I mean, the camaraderie that you get in the John boat field. I mean, it's to me, I fish big lakes as well. I don't have a bass boat, but just something about the John boat fishing, the camaraderie is just, I don't know. It's just different.
Yeah, I think, we fish with, we fish with 2 or 3 different clubs at times. We fish, there's some open tournaments we fish in. And, the guys, we always have a great time. Everyone, we meet a lot of people, a lot of good guys. It's just, it's just fun. Something to do. It's always a good time.
So, kind of going back to the start of it, that was a good question brought up from Cody Warren. Did you? I'm assuming this is from the tournament that y'all just got done fishing. Did y'all have a strategy going into that tournament, or just try to find a spot? And I'm familiar with Yahoo. That's the reason why I'm saying wanting this question answered. To find a spot that no one might not have fished, since it was a merry-go-round. It's a good question.
I'll tell you, as we were about to blast off, I was asking Aaron, where are we going? That tells you any kind of strategy we had. We didn't know. We didn't have a strategy, I don't think. Do you?
No, we talked about doing something different because what we've been doing up there hasn't been producing. So we said, well, let's go fish an area where we never fished. So we spent half our day at an area we'd never really fished, and I guess in the end,
that is awesome.
Yeah.
So Bryson Hall has a serious question. Through the hard, slow days, what keeps each other motivated? I think this is a really good question to ask both, not just y'all, but just anglers in general. What keeps each other motivated to find success at the end of the day? Ask this for the guys who have changed partners throughout the years. Is that another rib? Did he lose his seriousness towards the end of the question?
That's probably a serious question. I just don't know exactly how to answer it. I guess I kind of tend to spin out a lot quicker than Aaron.
Yeah.
And Aaron kind of keeps you focused, So I guess it's good. We work good together because stay focused. Me, I can't stay focused.
Well, let's say this, okay? When you say, Jason, you're quick to spin out. What's one thing that spins you out? What's one thing that just makes you fall off?
I just not catching anything in a while. I'm ready to move. I'm ready to change baits. You talked about if we do have a plan going into a tournament, I'm quick to abandon that plan if I'm not catching fish.
Yes.
But I'd say Aaron, he's not quick to abandon that plan. He'll stick to it if he thinks that there's a fish in this area. He'll stick to his plan, and I guess more times than not, his plan works out. His fish will start biting. But myself, I would abandon it. I would try something totally different. I would leave the area, change baits. Aaron can be fishing with one bait all day, and I've changed baits, 52 times,
So this may take us into the next series of questions that could go along with that, which I think was a great initiation into this. Tell us about your boat setup, your boat, your trolling motors. If you've got a big outboard, electric outboard, batteries, graph, tell us all about your boat setup.
Most of the time we fish off my boat. I just got a 16-foot little tracker. It's not like one of the pro trackers. It's just, I don't know what it is. I think it's called a sportsman tracker or something, 16. But we got an Elco 9.9 on it. Of course, we got 4 batteries running it. And I've just got a Hook 7 graph Lowrance, nothing special. And I've just got a 12-volt, I think 45-pound thrust trolling motor on the front. Got two batteries running the front trolling motor, and it's connected and runs all the electrical in the boat.
What speeds do you see out of your boat with that Elko?
With me and Jason on there and fully loaded down, I think we're getting anywhere between 6.2 and 6.4.
And forgive me if you mentioned that, I didn't catch it. What was the size batteries that you're running on the boat setup?
On the Elko, I'm running the Trojan T1275s, 12 volts. And then the other two batteries run the front trolling motor and electronics. I think I don't even know what they are. It may be Walmart batteries. I think they're Group 29.
So those Trojans, are they AGMs? Are they gel, lead acid?
They're just regular lead batteries, but they're golf cart batteries. So
yeah,
they're awesome. They really are.
And I don't know if you've seen it or not. I know lithium just come out. I want to say it was last year with the new lithium batteries that they carry now.
Yeah.
So that it kind of goes into what I was thinking next. Kind of expanding on that a little bit. About Jason saying about wanting to give up a spot and leaving, you're willing to hang with it. A lot of times, Aaron, when you're willing to commit, obviously you're seeing something possibly on graph that makes you want to stay around, not leave.
No, most of the time it's a gut feeling, or I've seen it work in the past, and sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad, fishing in the past. But in my mind, I remember all these tournaments we fished over the years, and I can remember, all right, I know where this person was when they won the tournament, and I got an idea. So I just kind of store that information back, and a lot of times it works, I mean, that's better game plan than none.
Yes. So Wes wants to know who's the net man.
That'd be me most of the time.
So we find out possibly why you derail. It's because Aaron's catching the fish.
Yeah. Most of it is.
Oh man. So okay, tell us, what's y'all's plans in the electric only fishing tournaments? Do y'all plan on staying true to electric only? Do y'all have future plans for big boat lakes, or tell us a little bit?
Depends if we hit the lottery or not.
I would agree. I don't see any plans in my future of leaving the electric only. I mean, it's fun. We have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would fish if I could. I would fish electric, gas. I would fish them all. But I mean, I don't have any problems with any of them.
Yes.
So I don't. But for now, my budget, I guess, I would say I'll stay with the electric.
Yeah.
So what would be y'all's dream boat setup? If you had one electric only boat that would just be the ideal boat setup, what would it, and kind of give us some descriptions on what it would detail?
Brett Cummins' boat.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen it up close and in action?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that is a really, really, really neat setup, especially how he has done everything to it.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I would say I like. I mean, Aaron's boat's great, but the thing I would really love to have is the like the iPilot trolling motor.
Yes.
I mean, I think that could be a wonderful add-on.
Yes, definitely.
So, okay, you saying that about with the iPilot, would that be, because that goes into our next question of what improvements you'd like to make to your boat? Would the iPilot be the only improvements that you would like to make to your current setup?
I don't know that it would be the only improvement, but I mean, it definitely would be an improvement. And for me, I would say that the electronics, like the fish finders, I mean, they're making such advancements now that with the live view. I mean, I don't have any experience with it, but I would like to see it, to try it. I've had guys tell me how great it is. So, I would think I would, I would like to try that too.
Right.
I mean, the next thing I do with my boat will be probably an old tracks with spot lock.
Have you looked at the Ghosts or Garmin's or
Online? But the dilemma I'm having is I've only got a 36-inch shaft on my boat now, and the Minn Kota Old Tracks, the smallest one you can get is a 45, and some of those other ones, the shortest shaft you can get is like 50-something inches. So I don't want to have that long of a shaft.
right? So that's kind of the same. That's kind of the same way. I used to have the Motor Guide 82 24-volt transom, and before we got the Elco, me and my partner, we wound up upgrading and went in together and got a 36-volt 109. And I can't remember the dimensions on that shaft on that transom, but it's a lot higher than my 82. And I was kind of the same way. Like, man, it sticks up awfully high. Yeah. Could make some challenges there. So, so right now with y'all's boat set up, what do y'all consider the most critical element? Like, what do y'all rely on each and every tournament? Can't leave home without it.
It's got to be batteries, because if you don't have good batteries, you're just in the water.
Yep.
That's the most critical thing on your boat. Yeah. That and your front trolling motor. I mean, you can fish without the back motor, but you can't really fish without the front.
Right.
I myself, I kind of rely on the depth finder. I mean, I like to kind of know what I'm fishing. As far as depth changes.
So Bryson Hall, I'm gonna lean up because can't hardly quite see the screen too good. Let me start off with this first one here. Serious, I fish history a lot based on past success. If history isn't working, I start losing it. Wes, it's a killer pattern, open to new ideas. That's why I ask. I'm the one to keep at it when it doesn't work. So he was saying, Aaron, you'd hit it right on the head for his previous comment about, and he was saying, I've won three and four tournaments in a row and then 0 the next. History is make, not or break it. How do you change it up with confidence?
Well, if I have a plan and it doesn't work, I mean, most of the time I go to a spot where I know I've caught fish, where I'm going to catch fish. I may throw a bait, a shaky head, or, a Ned rig or something, just so I can get a fish in the boat and kind of I build from there,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go catch them on a shaky head or a Ned rig, but I want to throw a jig, but that will give me confidence to know I'm maybe in the right area.
Right. So our next question, with the technology advancements, we've talked about skim the surface about with graphs you'd mentioned. Trolling motors. That's one of the biggest things. You'd really said that was going to be your next potential upgrade. I don't know if you're familiar with it. I know the Ghosts, and I believe the Garmin is the same way, but I think Motor Guide's even started doing it. But all these new motors are coming on to where they're brushless. Where we've been in the electric world, we've been used to brush trolling motors since as long as we've been fishing. So the brushless changes things up, not stopping there, but technology advancements between trolling motors, graphs, shallow water anchors, all the amazing parts that they've got with it, etc. What do y'all think? Okay, y'all's opinion. Say in the next 5 years, what do y'all feel like could possibly be that one thing that's going to improve in the electric only industry?
Got batteries.
Batteries.
Yeah, affordable lithium batteries.
And I've talked to with Georgia Bass-TEC. We've got an amazing sponsor that stepped on board with us, committed for the 2020 Georgia Bass-TEC. Lithium's nobody's really. I mean, I don't know if y'all familiar with Dahlonega John, if anybody's got any or not, but there just ain't many people that's got them, tested them, know how they run. I believe once they start coming through and people start seeing them, then there'll be some head changing that's going to be going on with it. I couldn't agree with you more on that. So, okay, Wes Wilson's got a question to ask y'all. If you had to pick, and we've kind of got a question kind of like this, I may skip my question because it's pretty close to this. If you both had to pick one bait to fish the rest of your life, now, and they didn't say a season, which that's what I was going to do, is ask a season. He was saying for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Jig.
See, okay, and I'll expand on this. If you're fishing together for the rest of your life and you had one bait, would you still both pick a jig?
Okay.
I'm breaking up.
You're breaking up.
Okay, sorry. Can you hear me all right? Is it better now? So what I was saying is, if you were fishing together for the rest of your life, same boat, would you still both pick a jig, or would you pick something different from each other?
No, we'd both pick a jig.
Yeah.
Eric's just like, I already know that answer for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all forgive me. My contacts are in bad shape, so I'm like having to really squint to try to read these questions off to y'all. Appreciate y'all's comments tonight. Cody Warren, he wants to know, when you guys come into a tournament, is there a team you guys have in mind that you have to beat or not? And does that give you motivation to do your best? I like that question.
Particular team that you like to beat or whatever.
So, okay, do you want me to repeat it?
I'd say, yes. For some reason, we're breaking up real bad.
Yeah, Wi-Fi does it a little bit. So when you guys come into a tournament, is there a team you guys have in mind that you have to beat or not? And does that give you motivation to do your best?
Everybody,
Yeah.
I think.
We don't have a particular team that we want to beat. Yeah.
We just hate to lose.
He was trying to get a name out of you, wasn't he? So, okay, next question. Have y'all fished hard labor? What's y'all's likes? What's y'all's dislikes about the lake?
Yes, we fished it. I love it. I don't dislike anything about it.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I like most of it. I guess if I had to have a dislike, it would be that there's so much of it that looks the same. I guess there's so much brush. It's hard to, I guess, to find an area
Yeah.
that you want to, that stands.
Yeah.
Right.
Because there's so much brush, man. There's brush all over that lake.
Yeah. When you ride up and down that lake, I mean, everything looks the same. So I will go to our next question. During y'all's event, during the 2019 season, what was one event or a particular fish during that year that was monumental that y'all feel like for y'all's club championship of 2019?
For me, it was a tournament at Cedar Creek, and we just pulled up to a spot. I don't know, the first few casts, Jason caught one, and he said, "I got a good one, a dang good one." And I think it was like a 4-pounder getting first at that.
Yeah, I think last year it would when we fished Latham, and Aaron and I never had fished Latham, so we didn't know anything about it. We didn't win the tournament, but we found a spot. We kind of found a little, got on a pattern, and we finished, I think, fourth place. I mean, we didn't catch any giant bass or anything, but it was just going to a lake we never had been to, and kind of getting on a little deal there and finishing good. You know, I think that kind of stood out to me in the season as, I guess, monumental to me.
Yeah. So Wes Wilson has got another question for y'all. What lake would you both, so it's asking y'all both, which ones y'all consider to be your favorite lakes to fish? Lake.
It's Cedar Creek.
Cedar Creek and Hard Labor Creek.
Yeah.
Cedar Creek. Did y'all used to fish Cedar back in the day when it first opened up?
I mean, we live close to there, so I'm there a lot. I mean, I fish at Cedar Creek, especially, I guess, through the spring and summer. I guess 2 or 3 days a week I fish there.
So you like that hydrilla? You like that hydrilla
yeah.
when it first started showing up?
Yes, we do.
That made it different. Changed that lake up big time.
Yeah.
And I would say probably wouldn't be too long. Hard Labor may be the same way. So let's go on. Good question, Wes. Thank you for that, sir. Kind of the same thing. I'd say I'd get the same answer. What would be your all-time favorite winter bait to fish? I assume jigs out of both of y'all.
Yeah, probably a jig, yeah.
All right. So, all right. Name one thing, say, during the 2019 season, looking back at it, name one thing that you both feel like that y'all have improved on. Doesn't necessarily have to be baits, but just what's one thing that y'all have improved on in 2019, and then going into this season in 2020, what's an area that y'all want to continue improving on?
Yes.
Probably wintertime fishing, I would say.
Wintertime fishing and offshore fishing.
And offshore, definitely. That's the thing with Hard Labor. There is a lot of offshore stuff to key in on.
Yep.
And especially that time of year. We're going to be fishing it for the state championship. So, all right. I've kind of got a crazy question to ask a little bit. This is for each of y'all to answer. If you could fish with one professional angler, and I'll modify that question a little bit. Doesn't necessarily even have to be a professional angler. If it's somebody that means a lot to you or would mean a lot to you to fish with, who would it be? Where would you go and why?
I'd have to say KVD. I love somewhere like that with him, deep cranking.
Ledge fishing cranking or just
anything with him. I don't really care. A lot of, he does a lot of that offshore fishing, deep ledge fishing. Yeah.
That's a good answer.
I
What do you think? What do you think, Aaron?
I couldn't hear you.
I was just saying, what about you, Aaron?
I guess for me, it would kind of be, I guess Art Defoe kind of comes to mind for me. I don't know. He always just interests me. And as far as where we would go, I don't know. I wouldn't really care. I'd just like to go fish with him. He seems like kind of a down-to-earth kind of guy, you know.
You said Art Defoe?
Yep.
I agree. River Otter definitely everything he went through. And I don't know if you kept up with it and watched it, but I noticed it last year. Him going through the heart conditions and stuff like that. He's just I'm right there with you. Ott Defoe is he's just a down to earth. And I don't know if y'all feel this way or not, but this is something I want to not try and take spotlight away from y'all. But I have noticed it more, say in the past 2 years, to where these anglers are coming out more and more, being more open, especially when they're getting on social media and stuff like that. Daily devotions, Christian talk, talking about God and talking about Jesus, and I don't know about y'all, but that really, man, that really hits home and touches me hearing these folks not being ashamed and talking about it. I mean, I love watching. I think it's, if I remember, it's Jimmy Houston. Jimmy Houston gets on there, and he's got a good way of doing it, like a split part, like a daily devotional. He'll talk about the Bible, and then he'll mix something in talking about fishing with it. I love when I see those come through social media. I love watching them. Love it. So that was good talk. So moving forward into this event, 2020, May 30th, Georgia Bass-TEC Hard Labor. Other than yourselves, okay, I know you just, like you said, you just want to compete, you just want to do good. But other than yourselves, which of the other 3 teams in Dahlonega, John, that's qualified should the rest of the group be watching for?
I guess I would say probably Rick and Jonathan. But that's, they seem like they're fishing really good right now. I mean, they caught nearly a 10-pounder Saturday, so that's pretty good.
It's fishing, man. You can't count anybody out.
I agree with that. But like you was just saying about Rick and Jonathan, that sometimes when that wheel just starts the motion and it's pushing and it's going, it's kind of like a HVAC commercial. It's hard to stop a train. When it's going, it takes a while to stop it.
I mean, we won the points last year, but those 2 guys, they were on our heels the whole year. They were kind of pushing us all year. So I think they're pretty good fishermen. So, I mean, like Aaron said, anybody could put up on a spot and, get on something pretty magical right quick, especially a hard labor creek.
Yes.
And
I mean, and here's the thing. I know y'all both agree with this. I know that question's kind of a loaded question a little bit. Everybody's made it into the Georgia Bass-TEC. It ain't something that this one team's going to be it. I know that. Everybody else knows that, because to make it in a top 4 in these club events, it ain't just to show up, pay your money, and you're going to be able to guarantee yourself a top 4. I mean, it takes a lot of hard work to be able to compete to make it into it. So I'm looking forward to sitting down there and watching y'all's guys fish. So going into this event, it's going to be in May 30th, post-spawn condition. Go ahead and tell us, what are y'all's winning weights predictions for the 2020 Georgia Bass-TEC?
I'm going to say 20 pounds. At least.
Yeah, I think probably 19, 20 pounds, somewhere in that range.
Somebody's going to get on.
Okay. I would not doubt it one bit. I had have y'all seen the picture floating around of the 11-pounder that just come out of there?
Couldn't hear you.
I'll repeat that. It's all good. I said, have y'all seen the picture floating around of the 11-pounder that just got caught out of there?
No,
I haven't saw it.
Yep. Supposedly it just come out of there recently. So I don't have any other questions to ask y'all. Aaron, Jason, even though hopefully I didn't make your laptop blow smoke out of it and fry and never work again. But I appreciate y'all, men. Really, really do. Thank y'all for taking time out of y'all's night and sitting down and letting us ask some questions. And, you know, the reason why we do this is not necessarily to put each and every angler on a hot seat, but it's just to get to know one another. Let people understand you're an angler just like the rest of us, and both of y'all are, and we can all relate to each other. And thank y'all for taking the time tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yes, sir. So I'll go ahead and conclude the show. Appreciate y'all coming on, man. We'll see y'all in May, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Man.
So, Georgia Bass-TEC fans, thank y'all for hanging tight with us for a little while longer as we sat there and tried to get them back on board. First thing starting up. So, appreciate each and every one of y'all taking the time, watching it, leaving us some comments. That's the biggest thing, the interaction. We greatly appreciate it. So, I'd like to go back through again with our sponsors, thanking them. Line Taming Serum. If you have not checked them out, they have some amazing products. You can get on to their Facebook page, check them out. They have their line taming serum additives. Also, if you get on there and check it out, they also have some oils and some scents that you can place onto your baits that'll help out not only for fishing line, helping out conditioning your line, but also being able to place onto your lures. So we're going to be giving away one of the line taming serum sample bottles to help condition your line. So, like I said, leave us a comment. Let us know that you are on here, like this feed, and you'll be entered in for the drawing. So, our next sponsor that we greatly appreciate jumping on board with us is Rejuvenade. We will be giving away one of the Rejuvenade live well additives that helps take and keep your fish alive, especially once that water temperature starts to rise. This additive that you place in really helps protect the fish, keep them healthy. So that way at the end of the tournament, they go right back into the water. So we'll be giving away one of these free bottles, and we thank Rejuvenade for the sponsorship and commitment to Georgia Bass-TEC. Our next sponsor is Dugout Bait and Tackle. So if you've been seeing and noticing during this live feed, the hat that I am wearing, you will be receiving one of these free hats from the Dugout Bait and Tackle. Their swag that they've got. If you have not, get down there, check them out. Jamie and Craig would love to see you and the rest of the staff down there. They've got all of your tackle and also your bait needs. They have live bait there. So, like mentioned as well, get down there and check them out for their kayaking. I know they just got started up with that this year. So, glad to see that and thankful for their commitment in sponsoring the Georgia Bass-TEC Hooked Up Lives. Our final sponsor, G2 Gemini Jerseys. I've had some people emailing me, messaging me, asking about G2 Gemini jerseys. So, all you have to do is watch this feed just to understand it, know it, that they have an opportunity for you to take and receive 25% off of all apparel orders. All you have to do is enter in the code after you get on their website, G2 Gemini Jerseys. Google them, check them out. All you have to do is get on there at the bottom. Once you get your jersey angler design completed before you get into the payout, all you have to do is type in G2 Georgia spelled out 20, and you'll receive 25% off of their apparel orders. So, folks, that is all for our Hooked Up Live with anglers Aaron and Jason from the Dahlonega John Boat Club. Our next Hooked Up Live anglers is going to be none other than Dusty Diamond and Taylor Smith, and they compete in the Extreme John Boat Anglers Club. So within the next couple of weeks, we'll be going back live again, hooked up with those anglers, asking them questions, interacting with them. And I'm really, really looking forward to sitting down with them and having an interview. So that is all, folks. Thank y'all very, very much for tuning in tonight. Thank y'all for giving comments and keeping the show going. So without y'all viewers, we would not be continuing this. We thank each and every one of y'all. So we'll see y'all back here in just a few weeks. Y'all have a good night.